memories and remember when. And most of those I just didn't remember, being the youngest, with Shelby, Julie, David, and then me. I just had no recollection of certain people and events. But I do have a lot of beautiful memories from the viewpoint of being the youngest that I'd like to share. Growing up, I thought my dad was a hero. He was bigger than life, always happy. He would even fake yell at us, away from everyone. He would whisper, "When I hit my hand to the bed, you yell really loud as if you were getting a spanking." He made Julie and Shelby sit on the couch together and hold hands when they were mad at each other, arguing and fighting. My dad carried me on his shoulders across the hot sand of the dunes at Silver Lake, and he took me to my first grown-up movie, The Cowboys with John Wayne. My dad sat with us in lawn chairs under the eaves on Capri Street, the house that he and my grandpa built, watching the storms come in and roasting marshmallows on the grill. He built models with David and I at the bar in the basement and drew glorious dream houses with us. We were just an average American middle-class family, but to my dad, we were rich. We were filthy rich. His wealth was his family. 4 kids, a beautiful wife, 10 grandkids, and 12 grapes. To him, that was where his real fortune was. And I grew up on the greatest love story ever. My great Aunt Frida asked my mom to stop at the hospital on their way to their bowling league to see her nephew Stan, who had been in a car accident after he had just returned home from the Army. When my mom walked into the room, my dad said, in my dad's fashion, "Where have you been all my life?" Within 9 months, they were married and they honeymooned in Niagara Falls. My dad would whisk mom away on long weekends and drive to Lake Michigan to watch the sunset. Oftentimes, a friend would share that they had seen my mom and dad walking hand in hand on the beach in South Haven. My dad taught me how to dance, how to follow, and how to lead. And mom and he were a beautiful sight when they danced together at weddings, parties, and other fun-filled events. Dad would bring mom flowers for no reason. And chances are, if he brought flowers for mom, he would bring flowers for us girls too. 64 years. They were married 64 years. Woo! And this year, my dad said to my mom on their anniversary, "Can I have whiskey, Audrey?" She said, of course, and yes, she gave him a shot after dinner. That was in June. My dad had the heart of a Christian. He never met a stranger. He would help a neighbor, clean their driveway, or fix anything. And my friends, in fact, all of us kids' friends, they just loved my dad. I remember my friend Jackie even cooking breakfast with him in the mornings after she would stay the night. My dad drove my mom to our senior party just to check that all was okay, and everyone stopped to chat with them because they knew him and he was a great guy. During my dad's 50th birthday party, he snuck shots of Crown in the back bedroom with lots of my friends and just about anybody else who was willing to take a shot with him. Oh yeah, and my dad made some really awesome and some not very awesome wine in the basement under the stairs at 5th Street. If you needed anything, just anything, a shelf or a picture frame, you'd call my dad. He knew how to fix anything, had the correct tool, or would tell you how to get it done. My dad even took every grandkid to his workbench and built bird feeders, bird houses, and bird sculptures with them. He could grow anything too. His huge garden on Capri Street, the big greenhouse on 5th Street, and the beautiful koi pond in Otsego. And of course, the garden up there on the deck that got bigger year 2, and then smaller year 3, and even smaller year 4. Growing into a young adult in the early 1980s, a female, my dad just believed in me. I cannot really articulate how he did it, but he made me feel strong, smart, brave, beautiful, and safe to try anything, and confident. I'm grateful for all he taught me, including that success was always fueled by hard work and perseverance. My dad said, "I'm not mad at you. I'm glad you're okay." When I hit a deer with his brand new car. He asked me, "Did you chase the deer through the field to hit it?" "No, it was an accident, so go out and have fun with your girlfriend." Dad went to all of the grandkids' sporting events, concerts, and graduations. He even went to graduation in Kent City, kindergarten graduation in Kent City for Will. He came to many, 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 many cheer events to watch me coach. He wore a big N on his shirt when all the cheer dads spelled out Plainwell Trojans at regional. He made little wooden moon and stars, painted them royal blue and silver for each cheerleader because our theme that year was shoot for the moon, land on a star, Plainwell Blue, that's what we are. My dad went with me to my first political debate. It was Howard Wolpe and Mary Brown, I believe, so I could get extra credit in a political science class in college. To say that my dad was a Republican wouldn't do him justice. All you had to do was look at his television and see the Fox News logo burned into the screen. My dad was a real mushroom, a fun guy. That was his joke. He would decide to cut wood right outside the window or work on the roof above my room the morning after, when he thought maybe I'd stayed out too late or imbibed a little too much. Dad would say, "You're looking good," whenever you called him on the phone. He would respond, "Not too bad for a Monday," when you asked him how he was doing, and "Can't dance," when asked if he wanted to go here, do that, or have another. These last few months, my dad made sure I knew what to do to be successful at growing tomatoes, rhubarb, cucumbers, blueberries. All summer long, he kept telling me, "You'll need to know this." And growing things, that was what kept him going all spring and summer. He rallied big and fought off the fact that his heart and kidneys were failing him. Now whenever I'm out there on the growing deck, cutting, watering, or fertilizing, he's there with me, lending a hand. There's a verse in Galatians 6 that reads, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." As you can see, my dad was a great man who sowed many great seeds. All of these gracious gentlemen and powerful, pretty ladies, he has sown and reaped many beautiful and glorious generations of good people and more, many more to come. Thank you. Quinn Ziegler is going to do a reading for us.